You react, you get angry, you cry, but you can't really figure out why you are reacting that way, why you keep self-sabotaging, why you keep getting triggered over things that are seemingly not that deep, why you feel like you have to earn love or respect, and you probably feel scared of being alone. You tend to over-explain yourself to avoid judgment. You long to feel safe, nurtured, and understood. So you probably end up spiraling into hyper-independence, into perfectionism or negative self-talk, and this has probably been going on for a long time. This might be your sign that your inner child needs healing. And it's okay, you are not alone in this, because so many of us carry unhealed wounds from our childhood that we don't even know about. And you might be asking, how do I even know that this is what's happening? Like I mentioned, most people don't know that they are carrying the childhood wounds into their adulthood, but it happens more often than we think. Because our childhood experiences, especially the negative ones, contribute massively into our daily life and how we respond to things, our self-esteem, belief system, perspective, and emotional regulation or lack of thereof. And this usually manifests through things like negative self-talk, low self-esteem, lack of self-trust, lack of self-compassion, and anger and frustration. But that's okay, because this is all you know, and now you're taking the step to heal this, and this is something to be proud of. But there is good news, and it's that there is always a pattern and there's always a way to discover that pattern. And that is exactly what I'm going to walk you through today. And I want you to carry this reminder with you throughout this whole video, and this reminder is that it's never too late to heal your inner child. They are ready whenever you are ready. But before we dive in, there's one thing that I have to make super clear, and that is this video is based on my experiences only, and I am not a therapist, not a mental health specialist, and I don't specialize, nor I am certified in inner child healing. This guide is a compilation of my extensive research, my experiences, and what I've been learning in my journey so far. I come from a struggling and very toxic background, and my childhood had a lot of ups and downs, more downs than the ups. And I've been on this journey for 4 years, so I'm simply sharing what has worked for me so far and what might work for you. So please remember, take what resonates and leave out what doesn't, and whenever you feel like your trauma is very difficult to handle, please consider seeking professional help. And just so you know, this guide is broken down into 2 phases. The first one is the foundation phase, and the second one is the strategy and implementation phase. And I hope this will help you identify where you are at with your journey. Make sure to watch through all of it, because all of the information that I'm about to give you is very, very important. So let's start with the foundation phase. And the first step in this foundation phase is to acknowledge the inner child. Now, I know this might sound like, duh, of course. Honestly, many times we actually kind of don't believe that we do have an inner child. And to even start thinking about healing a specific issue, we need to address that this issue is indeed there. Any type of avoidance will only make things worse. So firstly, let's acknowledge that there is an inner child deep within you, and it can manifest in different ways. For some people, it can be a representation of you as a little baby or a little child. For other people, this might be a symbol of joy and carefree life. Or even there's people that think about their inner child as this set of experiences that they went through as a kid. But all of this will serve you as grounding and healing. So make sure to take a few minutes thinking about what you really identify as an inner child and how you want to move forward with this healing stage. Now that we've acknowledged that we do have an inner child, let's move on to the step number 2, and that is find triggers. It might not be the easiest step, it might be a little bit triggering, but we need to dig deep and find the patterns and what causes us to act emotionally. So I want you to think back to your childhood and think about all of the memories that you have, both positive and negative ones. And specifically, when you think about a negative one, please take a minute to actually think about what was happening and why it was negative, what caused you to react in a certain way, and what was that situation about in general. Maybe it was something that happened in your family home, maybe it was your friends. Make sure to spend some time on this, because digging through those memories will reveal a lot of patterns and things that you need to address. Now, the step number 3 is, how do they manifest? So now that we know what triggers our inner child, let's look at how it manifests in our adulthood. And I think this will be the easiest to give you an example. So let's say that you are starting a new project and you feel so inspired and so excited to start it. You feel so hyped up about this project, and it's all going well and it's all going smoothly, but then you hit an obstacle. And let's say that this obstacle is actually quite significant and you're trying your best to get through it, but whatever you do, it seems like it's just not working. So then you start panicking, you start doubting yourself, you start asking, was it even worth it trying it in the first place? And you ultimately tell yourself that you can't even handle a simple task, and you just feel like a failure and you completely give up. Now let's think about childhood childhood situations that might have been similar or had a similar pattern. So let's say that you studied very hard for a test at school, and the day comes and you wake up feeling a bit groggy, your throat is hurting, maybe you are feeling a bit stuffy, your head is hurting. Overall, it's not a good day. And when you have that test, you can't focus, you constantly drift away, and it just seems like everything that you've learned just vanished from your head. So anyway, the day comes, the results are back, and you get a grade lower than what you normally get or what you expected. You come back home, you dread telling your parents, but you do anyway, and then your parents, instead of saying that, okay, that's fine, you will do better next time, they start getting upset, and you can see that they are visibly upset, and they start saying things like you will fail school altogether, that you are wasting their time and their energy and all the money that they've put into you. And basically there's this whole blame cycle, and they just make you feel guilty. And this is it. This is the pattern. Your parents were putting tons of pressure on you, so now you do it yourself because that's all you know. Because you know that way you can earn validation, praise, good words, good feedback. You become a high achiever because that's the only way that you think is going to bring you something positive into your life. And there's probably many more other triggers that happened in your childhood and now they manifest into your daily life as an adult. Take your time to think of them and link back situations because that will help you understand those patterns more, and whenever they happen you can actually catch them and think, okay, this is my inner child getting triggered, and now you will be able to react to it in a more mature way. So now let's move on to step number 4, and that is make a timeline. Let's say that you didn't have that many triggering situations in your life, and maybe you just have bigger events that happened when you were a kid. So what you're gonna do with this step is write down every big event that had an impact on you and write your age next to it. So for example, it can be at the age of 5 your parents got divorced, at the age of 10 your parents got into a hardship, and when you have that list, organize it into the oldest events and most up-to-date events. Have a look at what exactly has been manifesting into your life the most, because this also gives you a very clear insight of when things start to get difficult and when things start getting triggering and when this whole situation started going south. But also what this step does as well is actually serve as a reminder that no matter how many obstacles you had thrown your way, especially at a young age, you still managed to go through them and you still are standing and you're still okay. So it also reminds you of your progress and of how resilient you are. So now that we've nailed our foundation phase, we're gonna move on to the strategy and implementation phase. But let me just remind you, make sure to take some time on the foundation phase because this is exactly what's gonna help you strategize and move forward with your healing journey. So the first step in the strategy and implementation phase is write a letter. So this is essentially writing a letter to the little you. I would suggest write it however it comes to you, but if you are struggling with starting this letter and kind of finding a way to write it, let me give you a bit of a structure that you can follow. So start by updating them on where you are in life right now, and maybe even think about the age of the little you that you're writing to so you can make it even more accurate. Make them proud, make them see that despite everything that was going on during that time, you still managed to get through it and you're still here, and maybe you even have things that this kid dreamed of. And then tell them that you understand them, that you understand where all of this is coming from, that you know there were moments when it seemed like there was no way out, but regardless of that, you still managed to push through it and make your way out. Validate their feelings and tell them that you truly understand them, because essentially this is all they wanted. And also have a little nostalgic moment with them. Talk to them about your favorite cartoon or maybe something that they loved to do. Tap into those nice memories and also promise them that you're going to do it more often. And lastly, ask them these important questions. First of all, ask them how you can understand them better, how you can support them, what you can do to show them compassion, what do they need, what do they want to hear. The purpose of this whole letter is to give yourself the reassurance and basically understand and validate the inner child that didn't know how to work through certain things and all they did was trying to survive. And also it helps you tap into this even more because the questions at the very end, of course, you need to answer them yourself. Answering those questions will give you a blueprint of how to move forward with your healing journey. Number 2 is set inner boundaries. So this step is very, very important to make your journey as smooth as possible. And essentially what you're going to do is tell yourself what you're going to be doing and what you won't do in this journey. So for example, for the list of I will, you will say say that you will go to a therapy, that you will start a journal, that you will practice gratitude. And for the don't or will not, you will say, I won't engage in negative self-talk. I won't shame myself for how I'm feeling. Make sure to have this list somewhere accessible, so your notes app or maybe a notebook, whatever you carry with you on a daily basis. Number 3 is meditate with the mini you. Meditation, as we all know, is a very powerful way to heal and to get grounded and relaxed. So whenever you meditate, imagine that right next to you is the mini you meditating with you. It's also such a cute way. I mean, thinking about this is literally making me smile. And whenever you imagine that, just start talking to them. Tell them how you're feeling today and ask them the same. Number 4 is imagine the little you standing in front of you. Again, this is a very cute way, but what I want you to do is whenever you start feeling like you're spiraling into the negative self-talk, that things are not going the way you want them to, imagine the little you standing in front of you. Would you scream at them as well? Would you shame them? You wouldn't. Because the little you needs comfort, they need a reassurance, and they need validation. They need to be told that everything is going to be okay. Give that to yourself. Stop shaming yourself for reacting in a specific way. Give yourself the compassion that you would give to the little you, because they are within you and they need it. Number 5 is act as a protector and a guide. Every time you feel stuck in this journey or in any particular situation in life, think about this as your inner child or even the teenager version of you being stuck in the exact same situation, and give them advice. Walk them through this like you would anyone else, like your friends, for example. Give them advice that is based on your current wisdom and what you experienced so far, your knowledge, your perspective. This also helps you with detaching from the situation and kind of stepping back from it and seeing it from an objective point of view, because you release the emotional attachment that you have to the situation, and it helps you observe and actually see that there's different ways out and you can try them, which ultimately helps you make better decisions and think more clearly. Number 6 is affirmations. Yes, I know everyone and their mothers are talking about affirmations, but they literally shape your brain. It's scientifically proven. Affirmations help you shape your reality and your narrative and how you think about yourself. But the key is for affirmations to work is the repetition and consistency. Make sure that whenever you say affirmations to yourself, you stand in the front of a mirror or even your phone. Maybe you want to record it or vlog it. Do it for yourself, because no one else is supposed to listen to it. Don't try to repeat things that you hear online, because some of them are just worded in a way that is very generic, but it might not apply to you specifically. So say things that genuinely empower and uplift you. So tell yourself that you love yourself. Tell yourself that you are guarded, that you're protected, that you're safe. Tell yourself that you're beautiful, that you are doing well. The more respect you show to yourself and the more kindly you speak to yourself, the more you love yourself, the more confident you become, the more resilient you become, and more happy overall you become. Number 7, act as your own parent. And yes, I know this might sound a little odd, but I want you to think about situations that happened in your childhood and the way your parents reacted made you upset, made you sad, made you angry. And ask your inner child what reaction they actually would prefer. What sentences or actions from your parents would make the situation better? What would soothe them in the situation? Write it all down in your notes app so you can access it as this SOS guide as well. And number 8, reconnect. This journey, of course, doesn't have to be all serious and deep. So let's think about the positive side of things, because this step is the most fun of them all. Write a list of your favorite toys, snacks, foods, shows, cartoons, literally whatever you remember that brought you the most joy as a kid, and revisit it. Go to those locations, eat these snacks, make that comfort meal that you love. Make it a commitment to actually do these things and enjoy them as much as your inner child would. Maybe do things that you always wanted to do as a child but there was no opportunity to. For example, for me it was watching Vampire Diaries or Gilmore Girls. And I know it might sound funny for some people, but like I mentioned, I am from a struggling background and we did not have Netflix. Or maybe do things that your parents wouldn't let you, like jumping on a bed or having a dress up, or maybe dancing in your room to music. Literally schedule time in to do these things. And you can do it once a month, once a week. You can do it as often as you really need to, because this helps you release the stress and the tension and reconnect with your inner child on this very positive note. And I just want to take this moment to remind you that this journey will not be linear. It can take you years, it can take you months, and it will go on for as long as it needs to. It really depends on the severity of the traumas, the triggers, the things that you've been through as a kid. So please don't stress yourself out with trying to unpack every single thing all at once, because that will completely ruin the whole healing journey. It's not going to help you. Please focus on one area instead, because it's so much better to give your 100% to one area rather than focus on everything all at once and barely scratch the surface. And another thing that I want to touch on is consider therapy. As much as this guide is great to get you started, there are wounds and there are situations that might be really difficult to address without the help of the professional. Please don't take it upon yourself to work through things that you are genuinely not ready to, because some things are deeply buried. So please consider seeking professional support, and that can be through BetterHelp or your local services. As long as you consider this, that's the main thing. And remember that your inner child is so proud of you. They are so happy to see how far you've come. They are literally in awe to see how you managed to work through all of these obstacles, and you are still standing and you are still going strong. And better yet, you are taking time to actually heal certain wounds, which is honestly admirable. Your inner child did the heavy lifting, and now you both deserve compassion, understanding, and kindness. So make sure that you nourish yourself, that you take care of yourself, and that you love yourself and show compassion throughout the whole journey. You are doing great, and I am so proud of you for watching this video all the way through, because this is the first and crucial step in order to addressing your inner child healing. And please let me know if you've already started healing. Let me know what are the steps that you've taken so far, and what are the practices that you would suggest others doing, because I've been on this journey myself for 4 years, but I am still kind of learning and finding different triggers and doing things. I would definitely love to hear different takes on this, so make sure to use the comment section as the space to share your experiences. And be sure to check out all of the other content that I have, because I have ultimate guides just like this one. I have reminders, I have unfiltered thoughts and deep dives, so make sure to check out whatever you find interesting and give me your feedback as well, because I am a growing creator and I want to do my best. And make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you always know when I upload. And also remember to follow me on my other social media channels, because this is where I post daily and bite-sized advice. And also, to get you started on this journey, I prepared a free PDF that is a trigger tracker, so it helps you find the triggers and work through them, so you don't have to do the heavy lifting yourself. Make sure to find it down below. It's free to download and use it whenever you need to. And remember that this video is always here for you if you need guidance, and let me know in the comments if there's any other areas that you would want me to cover. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I am very proud of you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.